A live look tonight at Washington, D.C., where lawmakers in the House of Representatives are about to get a briefing on the conflict with Iran.
That briefing follows one held earlier today in the Senate. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Jenny Runovich, in for Anne-Marie Tiernan.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. These meetings follow a rocky day on Wall Street, where the Dow dropped more than 1,000 points to start the day.
But by the end of trading, the Dow had only dropped a little more than 400 points. Also, now President Trump says he may have forced Israel's hand in the attack on Iran.
Monica Alba shares the president's remarks from Washington, D.C.
As the war in Iran expands and U.S. embassies come under attack, President Trump laying out his argument for attacking Iran and why the U.S. acted now.
We were having negotiations with these lunatics, and it was my opinion that they were going to attack first. They were going to attack. If we didn't do it, they were going to attack first. I felt strongly about that.
He claims the U.S. and Israeli strikes have knocked out Iran's weapon detection system.
We're hitting them very hard, and the big scale hitting goes now. They no longer have air protection.
Still, the president's comments today on the timing and reason for the attack contradict what Secretary of State Marco Rubio told congressional leadership yesterday.
We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces.
Rubio and other administration officials will brief the full Congress this afternoon, looking to sell lawmakers on the war. But already, Democrats are pouncing on what they call the administration's changing objectives.
Regime change, nuclear weapons, missiles, an imminent threat to the homeland, or a preemptive strike to stop future attacks on the region. When the rationale for war keeps shifting, the strategy is missing. And that's because there is no strategy.
Iran is hitting back with drone attacks on U.S. embassies, including Saudi Arabia. That embassy, along with others in the region, are now closed. The war impacting the world's energy sources, with Iran targeting the region's oil fields and shipping in the Strait of Hormuz shut down, pushing oil prices higher, in turn leading to rising costs at the gas pumps. The president admitting Americans will feel a pinch.
So if we have a little high oil prices for a little while, but as soon as this ends, those prices are going to drop, I believe, lower than even before.
The State Department is now working to get military and charter flights to bring Americans stuck in the Middle East back home. Officials had initially told U.S. citizens to leave the region commercially, but many airports closed and airlines canceled flights when the war began. President Trump said today there was no comprehensive evacuation plan because everything happened so quickly. Monica Alba, NBC News, the White House.
The conflict in Iran raises more than just security concerns. The fallout could hit Americans financially, too. In fact, experts warn the ripple effects on our wallets are already here.
That's because Iran has influence over a major passageway for the world's oil supply. Ashton Hackman has been digging into what this could mean for you. And we're talking about more than just gas prices here.
Yeah, certainly gas is the most immediate impact, though, and it's connected to so many other parts of the global economy. Now, about 20% of the world's oil supply is transported through this narrow passageway, the Strait of Hormuz, south of Iran. Container ships have largely come to a halt in the area as companies navigate the growing tensions in the region. That uncertainty has already pushed crude oil prices up nearly 10%. An IU economist says the concern goes far beyond the pump.
This has significant negative impact on our price and our fight against inflation. I think it will contribute to the sentiment of many people that things are less and less affordable.
Economists say if tensions continue, Americans could see higher costs, not just for gas, but groceries and other everyday goods. Ahead at 6, why the Fed may be in a tricky spot, too, when it comes to how it responds to the ongoing conflict.
So many impacts.
Okay.
All right.
Continue to track the fallout. Thank you, Ashton. NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas will also continue our coverage with this conflict with Iran, including oil and gas prices. You can see Christine Roman's report at 6:30 right here on Channel 13.
All right, it's been a rainy day. We're in for a rainy night and a rainy week all across central Indiana.
Yes, look at all this green over the area on Live Doppler 13 radar tonight. It's really hitting central Indiana hard. Angela's tracking it for us.
It's been soggy start to finish today as expected, and now we're keeping an eye on the radar out of Illinois because there are some storms developing, storms with some hail, pea-size hail reported so far. We'll get to that big view of the radar in just a second. Flood watch from the National Weather Service for a good part of central Indiana through early tomorrow morning. Potential for another inch, 2, maybe 3 inches of rain. We have some rain locally and keeping an eye on a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings across the central sections of Illinois. These warnings have been issued for the hail threat. A little closer to home, by the way, you can see one of those warnings now just across the state line. Give you a couple of closer views of some of the pockets of heavier rain that we continue to track from Greenfield to Newcastle, Connorsville to Richmond, south to Rushville and Shelbyville. We'll go south and pick up Nineveh, Franklin, Martinsville, Ellettsville, all dealing with some rain at this hour. And again, those storms developing out to our west will get here over the next couple of hours, producing more heavy rain, maybe some small hail. There will be some lightning associated with those. And you'll notice this continues all the way overnight into early tomorrow morning, and we aren't done yet. I'll explain more in the full forecast.
All right, see you in a few minutes. Angela, thank you. We do have more weather coverage over on WTHR+. Be sure to check out our Live Doppler 13 radar, extended forecasts, and more. Remember, you can download our TV app right now, and it is free.
Well, we have answers tonight for residents of Hamilton County after what seemed like a random public safety alert last night.
Yeah, if you live there, you know what we're talking about. Everybody's phone going off just before 11 o'clock. Our Samantha Johnson explains what happened and what the county is now doing to prevent any confusion next time.
This quiet neighborhood in Arcadia turned smelly Monday night.
Yeah, it was really foul.
Crews working on underground utility lines hit a 6-inch gas main.
To be honest, it was everywhere.
And it was dangerous, too. First responders, with the help of Hamilton County EMA, ordering all residents within a quarter mile to evacuate.
So that initial notification was very specific to those impacted from that.
Executive Director Chad Kinnett says crews worked for hours to fix the main, and when it was safe for people to come back, EMA sent the all clear to a wider area to reach people who traveled to take shelter. An alert went to every phone in Hamilton County.
Unbeknownst to us, what that did was it did cause some initial confusion in that notification went to people who didn't receive the first notification.
Yes, there was a bit of confusion with that.
Jeremy Deemer and his family had to evacuate, and even they had questions.
Yeah, I think more specific details, the name of the city, we always have room to improve, and it's just one step forward.
Now everything is back to normal as of Tuesday here on Howard Avenue. Folks are back home, utilities are back on, but the folks at EMA tell us they've learned a lesson or two for next time.
We could have done a little better in our messaging, including the town of Arcadia, to draw attention to this is the location where that notification is related to.
The last thing they want to do, Kinnett says, is cause stress or anxiety. But this was about public safety.
Our goal is to communicate anyone who may be impacted. We would rather someone be inconvenienced than their life in jeopardy. So we will always err on the side of safety and public safety and those getting the information that they need to.
The investigation into what happened here Monday night is ongoing. In Hamilton County, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
And Hamilton County EMA says if you still have questions about how the alert system works, they do want to hear from you. You can weigh in on the agency's Facebook page.
A trial date is now set for a man accused of a woman's murder as well as arson. First responders found the body of 59-year-old Bonnie Arnold in the bedroom of a mobile home, which a fire had damaged. It all happened about a week ago at a mobile home park near South Lyndhurst Drive in I-70. Police arrested 54-year-old Randall Buchanan for the crime. He made his first appearance in a Marion County courtroom where a judge set his trial for April.
Happening tonight, Fishers Police are hosting that free online safety talk for parents. This has really been a big focus for families ever since the disappearance and death of Haley Busby. Well, tonight, police are giving a guidance to navigate any digital dangers. This is for parents only. It starts at 6 o'clock at Fishers PD, and keep in mind you do have to register. We placed the link where you can do that on WTHR.com/SeenOn13, and that's where we've also shared the dates and times of future safety talks. All right, we want to let you know that AES Indiana is now rescheduling tonight's open house. We just told you about this on 13 News at 4. In just the last 45 minutes, AES sharing that it's canceling tonight's meeting because of threats. AES has not announced when they'll reschedule this open house. Of course, we'll keep you posted.